Okay, hello, chess players. I did a review on my own book a little while back, Commanding the Chessboard, the second edition. This is one of the early proofs of the review. I still recommend this book, and anybody that has purchased it, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. The majority of the book is really good, but I had one of my viewers point out that on page 120, uh, if you can see right there, page 120, I have the wrong diagram. Um, so it is actually just a mistake I made when I was transferring the diagrams. If you can look on page back here, like on page 118, basically I accidentally grabbed that diagram twice on page 118 when I was transferring the diagrams over. I accidentally grabbed it twice and I pasted it on the next page as well. So basically, you get the same diagram twice instead of the next pawn structure and middle games. Everything that I describe about the middle game is still accurate. The diagram is just incorrect, at least in the handful of copies that went out before that user told me about it. And the change is already live, so it's got the proper diagram in it now. Basically just if you want to like adjust the diagram in your head, I mean, the E pawn would be on the C file instead. The D pawn would be on D5. This pawn would be back on C2, and then both kings would be in the middle, and of course the G pawn would be back on G7. Basically, just two center pawns in the middle with the E pawn missing, and then the two kings back on their original squares, and then of course all the words are correct. I'm thinking about actually making like a sticker or something so that I can fix, at least the proofs that I've got here and the handful of copies that I've got that are out there. But the person that mentioned it, I will be sending him a signed copy of the corrected book with uh, with the correct diagram. And also, I made one other minor change to the corrected book as well. I did uh, uh, kind of clean up the table of contents a little bit. Not that there's anything particularly wrong with it, but I just made the spacing look a little bit nicer. So, anyways, that was my mistake that one of my YouTube watchers caught, and I really do appreciate it. If anybody catches a mistake like that, please let me know. I will immediately, make any necessary changes. There were no other mistakes that I caught, when proofreading the book. I did proofread it several times. This was just one that I just missed again because in the process of having to transfer all the diagrams over from the old Fritz diagram font to pictures, basically, you have to copy and paste every single one of them by hand. And me thinking that I'd copied the next one probably didn't copy the next one, and probably the last one was still on the clipboard, and then I ended up pasting the same one twice. I did go through and double check to make sure that all the diagrams after that were correct, and it looks like I only made the mistake the one time. So for the most part, great book. One diagram is not quite the right position. But anyways, now everybody knows about it. If you did get a copy of one of these earlier books, like I said, I'm thinking about making like a sticker or something that you can just like slap on there. We can try to fix it. I mean, it's just the one diagram. So, anyways, or you can try to fix it yourself now that you know what the position is supposed to be. It's two D pawns in the middle of the board, and then the C pawns back on their home square, the G pawn back on its home square, and then the kings on their original square. And then all of the stuff that I wrote about the position is still essentially the same. Well, anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope this helps when you're reading my book, and I still recommend it. It's still a really good book. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote it. I'm saying that because I read it and I like it myself. So, anyways, thank you very much for watching.